Hey, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the ActionCAST. I'm Clint Nobles, operational methodologist, and on the ActionCAST, we bring you actionable information that you can take and really change your business right now. Today, we have an incredible topic, a really hot button topic to bring to you. Obviously, with me is master operator herself, Jessica Nobles with Nobility Care Solutions, and we're talking all about how to never lose an applicant again. And there's a whole bunch to this because Jessica's going to deep dive into her 3 proven strategies when it comes to recruiting and hiring new applicants. So make sure and stay tuned because we got 15 minutes of action-packed information that's going to change your agency. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Jessica, thank you so much for being on the show today. Absolutely love having you because the information you always bring is so good.
Well, thank you, and I love being here. And when it comes to deep diving, now this is we're going to deep dive on the surface because we're going to try to get this action packed in 15 to 20 minutes, and we're going to see if we can do it.
Absolutely. Now, as always, this is a live recording. So make sure to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, authorize your account if you haven't already, and go to the comment section and let us know where you're listening from. And I see we already got some of our action leaders tuning in already. Janesh, great to see you. Good coaching session yesterday we had with the action leaders. It was fantastic. So, Jessica, we're talking all about recruitment. Now, recruitment's a crazy hot topic right now, isn't it? I mean, obviously, everybody is just overrun with applicants. We have so many we don't know what to do with. I mean, that's what everybody's talking about, right?
No. I wish, and as a home care owner, every single week, we are trying to find ways to increase applications that are coming in, working with our team developers to really strategize to truly attract more people into our company. So I definitely am out there with all you other home care owners. I can relate. I know where you're at. And we are daily working on solutions to truly improve the overall process. So thank you all for being on here. I love an active audience. So let us know. Be sure to tell us hello in the comments. And if you right now are overrun with applicants, please let us know. Like, we need to,
because I'd like to schedule you on the next ActionCast to learn what you're doing, right? Because like Jessica said, we're in the trenches with y'all every single day. We run and operate a home care agency right now. We just were talking to a client earlier. We have orientation scheduled for next week. So, I mean, we're right there with you. And for us, when it come down to really understanding how to get the most out of our recruitment, you were really smart in kind of how you started focusing in, because it can be so simple to go in so many different directions, and we have so many things coming from so many different areas. I mean, when we began, we were utilizing Indeed, ZipRecruiter, all the different platforms you get, every free platform you could think of. I can't tell you how many email addresses I signed up with on a certain recruiting platform that gave you 10 free listings for every email. But that's what you do. You have to try and figure it out. You have to try and learn. And you started really honing in on the 3 things that really changed how our applicant process moved along. And so let's go right into the first one. Now, if y'all are just joining us, we had a bunch of people hop on. This is the ActionCast, giving actionable information to change your business right now. Jessica Nobles, Master Operator with Nobility Care Solutions, is here with us, and we're talking all about applicants. And we're going to cover her 3 proven strategies to help you take action in your hiring process. So number 1, Jessica, Number one was the simplify the way you track your applicants. So tell us about this. Where did this come from, and how did you simplify it?
Yeah, well, especially at the beginning of last year, whenever really getting applications coming in was a little bit more challenging. I mean, I was used to basically you put a job ad, you post it out there in the world, people apply, they come in, and that's really all there was to it. Last year we really saw that wasn't happening. So I began to try to post applications on every platform that I could find, and then I was reaching out to our referral sources and having them send me applicants, and we were advertising it locally. All these different ways that we were trying just to get applicants coming in. Very quickly, applicants began falling through the cracks. Like, I would go to Indeed and I would think, oh my gosh, these people have applied 2 weeks ago and I'm just now getting to them. Or I would forget to check another software that was storing our applications, or in my email where our referral sources were saying, well, here's a few people that you could contact, or within my text. And we have a nurse practitioner who would say, hey, this could be a good fit for your company. Contact this person. And maybe it was only one or two that I was missing, but that was one or two employees that I could have possibly hired and truly been able to change some of the pain points that we were having in our business with scheduling at the time. So I was like, okay, there's got to be a better way to track all these applicants from all these different platforms. But I know I'm not tech savvy. It's really frustrating how very little tech savvy I am. And we have a scheduling software that, has all of our applicants stored in there. And yes, we could have went in and created a profile with every applicant that we brought in. But at that time, I didn't feel like that was something that I had time to do. I just needed a quick list that I could jot down. And boy, did I. I had it on envelopes. I had it on the marker board. I had names and applicants everywhere. I mean, I would even sometimes write them on my knee as I was going down the road. Like, oh, what'd you say their name was in their number? Yeah, I'll contact them. Like, it was really crazy how I was trying to keep track. So we created just a simple applicant tracker in Excel. Just the Excel platform where we had their name, their number, where they originally applied, and if we had contacted them, then we would also fill in their desired shifts that they wanted and their status on had we contacted them yet. Yes, we contacted them. We left a voicemail, coming in for an interview, whatever it was. We would keep that status updated, and we made it so simple that we thought, well, we'll see how it goes. But it was so simple that it seemed like all it would take was a second to update it. And then we could go in there and know who we'd contacted, who we hadn't, and every platform, even in our scheduling software, we would still add their name and their information to this applicant activity tracker spreadsheet. And what we begin finding is that this quickly began to build. Like, even though sometimes we were only getting 2 and 3 applicants from one source, or maybe 5 or 6 from another source, as we begin to add those names into this applicant tracker, it began to grow. And since we used Excel, we were simply able to pull those emails out and then begin reaching out to people in a more automated fashion.
And
So
you can see how simple that tracker is. I mean, it's super simple. And that particular tracker that I was showing, that's the one that we have in our Action Leader experience. That's exclusive to our Action Leader experience. So all you action leaders out there, I know you're fully familiar with it because of the action strategies where Jessica kind of went through the process of using it. But that's something you can build easily within your company, and it doesn't take a lot of expertise in Excel or any of that. It's just a matter of consistently streamlining and saying, okay, we got this applicant come in now, and we're going to put it here, and this is what it is, and making it a daily practice of simplifying the way you track your applicants so you don't lose them. And when it comes down to understanding really what the main purpose of really tracking your applicants, it really boils down to creating a system that you can follow day in and day out. Because what happens is if you cannot systematically take your applicant's information in and then create a new process for actually retaining that information, it is going to be a mess. You're going to have things all over the place. Now, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. So Jessica she's here. She literally just come in the other room with me. So we'll see how this works out. We're going to move a few things here and there. Here she is. We're improvising. We're improvising.
It's great to be a family partnership.
Make this a little wider. But this is what it means when we talk about adapting, right? You adapt. So we'll go ahead and spread that out just a little bit. So, all right. So with tracking applicants, the next thing that we always talk about is the 80-20 rule, right? So understanding the 80-20 rule. Now put in the comments, throw up a heart, throw up a thumbs up. Do you know what the 80-20 rule is? Have you heard about the 80-20 rule? All right. So I'm going to let you know right now. You've been multitasking, trying to figure out why it went down to just me. Whatever it was, bring it on back in, because the 80-20 rule really is going to create an entire new construct for your business. It's going to really revolutionize your business. So what the 80-20 rule is, the idea behind it is that 80% of what you are doing is actually not producing as much results as you think it is. All right? So really, 20% of whatever your effort is netting you the majority of your return and your results. So when we started applying this, not just to the business, but to our actual tracking of our system and our applicants, really what happened is we started understanding there we go. Thanks for the heads up on the audio. Now you got audio. So the 80-20 rule is all about understanding where the majority of your applicants are coming from. Because 20% of your efforts are yielding the greatest number of results. Okay? And with applicants and understanding where you're getting them from, when you can drill down and understand where the majority of your return is coming from, that is where you're going to really start seeing results. Because instead of having 15 different things out there and 15 different sources coming in, then what is going to happen is all of a sudden you're going to start really seeing a return because you're focused in. You don't have your attention spread 100 different ways. That's what the 80-20 rule can do. So for us, what happened is we started seeing tremendous return because we started focusing on the single areas that were yielding the highest return. So where we would get maybe 1, 2 applicants a week, we didn't focus on those. We focused on where we were getting 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, and eventually it grew to where we were getting really Facebook become the primary element of what we were accomplishing. And at one point, we had 73 applicants come through, and we were like, oh my Lord, we really have to start focusing in on this. Because that is what really changed our business is number one, just like Jessica said, simplifying the way you track your applicants. And then next, once we simplified the way we tracked our applicants, we started recognizing where those applicants were coming from, and we could really zero in on the best way to harvest them, where we were getting the most return. Then it came to the game, understanding the game. See, there's a game when it comes to all of these systems, all of these ways that you can bring applicants in. There's a game to it, understanding the SEO portion, understanding all of this. But when it really boils down to it, a lot of the times when we start seeing a drastic decline in what we have and the results we're getting, it's because we've started playing the game by somebody else's rules. See, we start conforming our mission. We start conforming what we're talking about. And we're doing that because, well, this is what everybody else does. This is how everybody else gets applicants. This is how everybody else networks. This is what everybody else puts in their job ad. We start playing the game by someone else's rules. When you start doing that, you lose your edge. You lose the thing that makes you unique. See, it's not about being special. We're all special. There's something special about everybody's business. But it's about the individuals within your company. It's about that uniqueness that is built into your company because of who you are as a leader and who your team is as individuals and what they bring to the table. So, number 3 is play the game by your rules. Don't conform what you're thinking and what you're doing to how everybody else is doing it. And that really is how we created the program that really changed our process for hiring. It created incredible return, got us those 73 applicants in a week, 100 applicants. Right now we're averaging around 50 to 60 applicants a week coming in to our agency. Remember, we currently are running an agency just like you. So we had to play the game by our rules. And that's why we created a program, which y'all start hearing a lot more of as time goes on. And it's called the SMART program. And it's where we really looked at how we could utilize automation and social media and all these different ways to create a consistent return of applicants. All right? So y'all will hear more about the SMART program over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be kind of talking about that and introducing y'all to that program. But to go over the 3 proven hiring strategies again, because what we're talking about here is how to never lose an applicant, right? How you can really create incredible ROI from your hiring process. And number 1, simplify the way you track. It doesn't take a lot of expertise. It doesn't take a lot of, flourish and all of these great things. Just a simple tracker. If pen and paper is your thing, pen and paper works awesome. Put it into an electronic document and you can save it for a long, long time. Whatever you want to do, simplify that method. Start figuring out where your funnels are coming from. Number 2, the 80-20 rule of results. Recognize that 80% of your results comes from 20% of your actual effort. So understand that if you want to start seeing more and more results, Start focusing on the 20% of things that are actually creating the results you're looking for. Narrow down, focus in. And number 3, play the game by your rule. Be smart. Understand what makes you unique. That's what it means when you start, that's what it will take when you start seeing true change and true results in your business. All right? I want you to put in the comments, what are you seeing the most return on right now? Even if it's one applicant a week, even if it's just somebody talking to you one time a week, whatever it is, I want you to put in the comments, what are you seeing the most return on right now in your applicant process, in your new hire process? And then I want you to start drilling down, really drilling down into what you can do to make that result, that one thing turn into more and more results. And just like Daniel said, just awesome. That is exactly right. That's what will happen when you start doing this. You're going to start seeing amazing, amazing results. But no matter if that number is low, focus in on where you're getting the most results. So if you're getting 4 results from one place, 1 result from another, focus on where you're getting those 4 results. See if that's true, if that's consistent, if you can make that consistent. Because as you start building those numbers, they'll start growing and growing because you're directing your attention to where you get the most return. Play the game by your rules. All right, so this was an ActionCAST like you haven't seen before. But I hope it gave you some really good information. Let me know in the comment section if it helped you, if it really made a difference in how you understand. If you want to learn more about the Action Leader experience, because I know we had some people ask about that in the comments section, you can go to homecareops.com and go under the membership tab and learn all about how you can join the waiting list for the Action Leader experience. Currently enrollment is closed, except for we got one new person that's going to join us because of submitting their survey to Home Care Pulse for the benchmarking study. So we're excited about that. But right now the Action Leaders is closed, but it doesn't mean you can't get on the waiting list, because just a heads up, there's a couple times that you're going to get a note saying, hey, join now. We've opened it up just for the people on the waiting list. So make sure and head over to homecareops.com, sign up for that waiting list, and we look forward to seeing you. And remember, as always, everybody, keep